what is the big idea of the Bible? I studied preaching with the king of big idea preaching, and he would say that every passage in the Bible has a big idea. And one time he said the whole Bible basically has 8 to 10 big ideas. And so we all tried to get him to give us the list, and he gave us 1 or 2 and then stopped and said, you read it for yourselves. So what is the big idea of the whole Bible? I suppose you have to wrestle with that and say, okay, so what's the big issue? What's the big thing that's going on? Clearly, something goes wrong at the start. God has a plan. He creates. There's something going on there in terms of the generosity and the abundance and the perfection of creation. But then immediately you come to Genesis 3 and it goes completely wrong. It goes sour. It goes dead. It goes evil. And yet God doesn't stop and start again. He carries on with his plan. And his plan, it turns out later on in Ephesians 5, where Paul's quoting from Genesis 2, a man shall leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. He says, this is a mystery. Let me reveal what it means. I'm speaking to you of Christ and the church. And so I think the big idea of the Bible is the amazing story of how the Father works out a plan to rescue out of a fallen humanity, out of a rebellious creation, to rescue and purify a bride for his Son. And so ultimately it's a story of Father, Son, and Spirit. It's the Trinity in action. But the wonder of it is that fallen, sinful humans who deserve nothing but judgment and punishment are instead rescued and brought into the bride of Christ, to be in union with Christ. And ultimately, that's where we end up. We get to be at that wedding feast. And so for me, that's the big story, the big idea. It's something about God's great plan and God's initiative and God's work to call out a bride for his Son. It's an amazing story to read, and what's amazing about it is we can be part of it.